What's up guys, Aaron here, back with another video. In today's video we're going to be doing the full review of the Otterbox Defender Series case for the Samsung Galaxy S6. Welcome back, and before we begin the review portion of the video, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the case itself. Now on the top of the case we have a cutout for our appropriate sensors, our speaker, as well as our front-facing camera. On the bottom of the case we have complete access to our home button as well as our on-screen keys. On the right side of the case, our power sleep wake button is completely covered, and we also have a spot that connects the case to the belt clip. On the left side of the case we have another spot that connects to our belt clip, and our volume up and down buttons are completely covered yet remain extremely tactile. On the bottom of the case we have cutouts for our 3.5mm headphone jack as well as our micro USB charging port that both have protective covers. We also have cutouts for our microphone as well as our speaker that remain extremely recessed. And on the back of the case we have a cutout for our rear-facing camera, our flash, as well as our appropriate sensors. And on the bottom of the back of the case we get some Otterbox branding. The case also comes with a very nice built-in screen protector. Without further delay, let's go ahead and begin the review portion of the video. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the things that I don't like about the case first, then we'll get into everything that I do like. The first thing that I don't like about the case is how difficult it is to take on and off. Now the case has several different arrows to help separate the two pieces of the case. However, you first have to locate those arrows by taking off the outer layer of shock absorbing silicone. And to do that, I do highly recommend using a credit card. I've also made a step-by-step video on the easiest way to install the case, which I will have linked down below. Now the next thing that I don't like is the price. The Defender Series case for the Galaxy S6 is $49.95. Now when you think about how much protection it provides, then you can start to justify the price tag. However, to someone who hasn't seen an Otterbox Defender Series case before and hasn't properly seen the amount of protection it provides, would more than likely just overlook the case. To be honest, I've paid more for a case. For instance, for the iPhone 5 Armor Series case I paid $100, and for the LifeProof Nude case I paid around $125, so I guess $49.95 isn't that bad. However, if Otterbox placed a price tag of $30 or even around $40, the case would be an absolute no-brainer. The next thing that I don't like is how hard it is to clean. So if something slides behind the screen protector or behind the case itself, it's extremely hard to clean it off. Now I personally own 3 dogs, and it never fails that at least once throughout the week, 1 or 2 or sometimes even 3 strands of dog hair gets caught behind the screen protector, which leads back to the hassle of having to take the case off and put it back on again. Now the last thing that I don't like is how much bulk it adds to your device. The Galaxy S6 is a very beautiful and thin device, and adding the case naturally is going to add some bulk to the phone. Now this is expected in a case that provides such excellent protection. With that being said, make sure you take into consideration the added bulk. Now with all the things that I don't like about the case out of the way, let's go ahead and get into everything that I do like about the case. So the first thing that I do like about the case is the build quality. Now the case is extremely well built and designed to last the entire life of your device. The case offers 3 layers of protection, those being the inner polycarbonate shell, the outer layer of shock-absorbing silicone, and lastly the built-in screen protector. The inner polycarbonate shell snaps apart and fully encloses your Galaxy S6, and the outer layer of shock-absorbing silicone feels excellent in the hand, and also remains extremely pocketable. Although you don't have to put your device in a pocket while it's in the Defender Series case, as it comes with a 360-degree rotating belt clip made out of an extremely strong material. Now the belt clip attaches to your waist, leaving your hands free for other tasks. The belt clip even doubles as a stand for multimedia consumption. The next thing that I like about the case is the peace of mind that knowing that my phone is completely covered from the outside elements. The Defender Series case has been dropped from a 2-story building, with the device being completely unharmed. The built-in screen protector is extremely important to keep your device's screen looking brand new. The case safely attaches to the belt clip and has never fallen off in all my experience with any Otterbox Defender Series case. You also don't have to remove the case to charge the phone, as it has a protective flap that opens to reveal access to the micro USB charging port. We also still have complete access to the Fingerprint Scanner. The next thing that I like is how good your phone looks when you go to resell it. Now if you put your phone in the case immediately when you buy it and never take it out for a year or even 2 years, when you do take it out it's going to look just like the day you bought it. The case protects every port from dirt and also fully protects the screen from everything from dirt and dust to fingerprints. Now I want to go ahead and answer a few questions that I usually get about this particular style case, so let's go ahead and begin that portion of the video. Now the first question that I always get asked about this case is, does the screen protector affect or disrupt the touch sensitivity of the screen? And to answer the question, it depends, because the screen protector seems to be built differently in regards to the closeness to the screen, so I like to test each one on an individual basis. And about this case that we're talking about today, I have to say that in no way does the screen protector disrupt the screen sensitivity. The next question that I get asked all the time about this case is it waterproof? And the answer is no. If you happen to get caught in a light rain, you'll be fine, but in a heavy rain, or even going swimming with it, I definitely would not recommend. The next question that I always get about this case is, does the fingerprint scanner still work? And the answer is yes. In all my tests, the fingerprint scanner worked excellent. And the last question that I get asked a lot about this case is, does the micro USB charging cable get bent since there's a protective flap covering the port? And the answer is no. I own several different Otterbox Defender Series cases for different devices, and with none of those cases have I had problems with the charging cables being bent due to the protective flap. Now, my final thoughts on this case is that it's extremely well built, and that a lot of case companies claim that your phone won't crack and break inside of a case when it's dropped. And I have to say that in all of the times that I've dropped my phone accidentally, even from as high as around 6 feet up, I have to say that I've had no scratches and absolutely nothing happened to the devices. Now, just keep in mind that if you are going to be purchasing this case, you are going to have some added bulk, but you're not going to be giving up any type of loss of screen sensitivity with the screen protector. The front and back cameras still work excellent, and so does the fingerprint scanner. So with that being said, I highly recommend the Otterbox Defender Series case for the Samsung Galaxy S6. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for me in this video. If you're interested in picking up the Otterbox Defender Series case for the Samsung Galaxy S6, I will have it linked down below. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, now's a great time to hit that subscribe button, and you will be notified in your inbox every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to drop a like down below and leave a comment down in the comment section. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you guys for watching. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Aaron, and I'll see you guys on the next one.